Hi, Tom Cherryholmes with LinuxMCE. As you know, I've been working on support for various game systems for the LinuxMCE game player. The most recent one that I've added is support for the GCE Vectrex. The GCE Vectrex was a system that was designed in 1982 by a company called GCE, and they made a small spread of games for it, roughly about, I'd say about 30 or 40 when they finally discontinued the system. The interesting thing is, actually, after the system was discontinued, the rights were sold to another company, and it was used as trivia machines and various other little arcade kiosk type things. And most recently, it's actually been revived by the homebrew community, as you can see by many of these homebrew ROMs that I have here, and many of them are actually quite good. Many of them are ironically written by the same person. What makes this system unique? Well, what makes this system unique is that virtually all the games, if you can tell by the box art here, the display on the Vectrex is a vector-based display. Well, what does this mean? Rather than going into a full-blown explanation, I'll go ahead and just show you. As you can see here, you see a display that's made up of lines. Even the text is made up of individual vector lines. It makes a very crisp display, and when this stuff was like this was being made, it made for very high resolution displays. And this was very good, especially at the time that the GCE came out. It was probably the highest resolution game system that was cheaply available. If you actually want to see more information on what the Vectrex actually looks like on the outside, you can Google about the machine. The machine itself was totally self-contained with a vector monitor. And as you can see here, the LinuxMCE emulation, like all the others, includes all of the different accessories and bits and pieces that I was able to find, particularly the various color overlays that fitted over the screen to improve the display. You can, of course, if you want to, go into the options menu and turn them off by going into video options and selecting standard. As you can see, it's now completely turned off here, and you can see that everything is just black and white. I rather like the overlays, so I'll go ahead and turn them back on. Going back into options, sorry. I'll turn back on the options. Scramble, oops, sorry. Back out, Scramble. So there's the options. Now I'll go ahead and take you through some of the other games as well. As with every other supported game system inside the system, bookmarks are supported and it's completely integrated in with the rest of the system. Some of the other games that were available, that was Scramble that we just saw. Pole Position was a very good port. It actually is very smooth and took advantage of the line graphics to do some decent work. And we'll play a quick game of that too for a few moments. As you can see down here on the bottom, if you look on the very bottom, you can see the labelings for the individual buttons. And of course, as with all the other game systems, you can go into options and map them. As you can see, very smooth graphics, and if well programmed, it has a lot of interesting detail. And the control's pretty good too. So, there's pole position. We'll go ahead and stop that one. Show off some of the other games that really made the Vectrex really shine. The The pieces that made the Vectrex really shine were ports of existing Vector arcade games. A good example of this would be Star Castle, which if you play the original Cinematronics port, you'll see that the Vectrex port is actually pretty decent. And yes, you can see the overlays on top. These were literally plastic overlays that fit over the screen. So, go ahead and play. Now, we'll go ahead. We also support a number of the different accessories, which I'll show here in just a few seconds, such as the 3D imager. So if you actually have a set of 3D glasses, MES will take and support them. I'll show you right here. And for this, I'll go ahead and go into options and turn off I'll go ahead and actually turn off the overlays so you can see. Sorry, excuse me for a second. Go into video options. I'll go ahead and just turn the overlay off because this one I can't find one for this. We go into standard. And of course, you see there it picked the wrong overlay to begin with, and occasionally that does happen for now, and I will take and improve this as time goes on. If you need to, go ahead and just load what you need. Sorry. Well, actually, let me do another game here. Mistake. Some ROMs do not run out of the box. Where did I see? Oh yeah, a Creaty Coaster, Scope. Yeah, I played that one earlier. I'll go ahead and try this one. You'll see that since I selected standard, or remember that and then not turn it on again until you select an overlay again. So if you do set it to standard, please be sure to turn on the overlays again if you want the overlays again. 1 second here. Let me actually make sure. Why? This was working earlier. Leave it to a demo to not have it actually function if we want to actually use it. So. Light pin off, separate images, no. Okay, return to system. And we'll try one more game here. Wait. Oh, there it is. Yeah, as you can see, it provides a 3D image. So if you actually have, a set of 3D glasses, this would actually probably make sense. But there you go. I'll go ahead and go back into options here, and we'll turn this off. Remember, if you turn on the 3D imager, you do need to turn it back off again. And of course, now you can see the difference. So go ahead, return to system, and I'll go ahead and just turn it off here. Some of the other games that showed up were decent translations of arcade games. Of course, we went through Scramble. Berserk was actually decent. The racing games were perhaps the most interesting, but I'll go ahead and we'll end off on, let's see, what would we do here? We'll end off on Web Wars, just as a nice little finale. Web Warp. And for this, I'll turn on the overlay. Because I know I have the overlay for this. Yep, here we go. As you can see, it's actually pretty smooth. It flickers only a little bit whenever there's a lot of stuff on screen, but you can see that they were really trying to do a lot with just these vector-based displays, which were very high resolution for the time when the games were actually released. Well, I hope this was a fun little demonstration here. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I look forward to more emulations in the future. I will be moving up to the 32-bit versions of game systems soon enough and adding those into place, and you'll see videos for those as well. Until next time, see you guys later.